Namaste, Pranam. Meditation on the Bhagavad Gita. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Mritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim. Oh, Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showering the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon you. Krishna Vandana. Vasudevasutam devam kansachanuramardhanam devakim paramanandam krishnam vande jagadguru. O son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanu, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. And after reading yesterday's beautiful Shloka that Sri Krishna told Arjuna of mutually enriching, mutually cherishing the gods and yourself. You cherish the God, gods will cherish you back. And thus cherishing each other, you will reach to the supreme good. Now Sri Krishna says, what if someone doesn't do this? While the Sri Krishna's advice for everyone is sacrifice, you give up. You give up your attachments, you give up your enjoyments, you give up your selfishness. That is the advice. That is the sacrifice Sri Krishna is telling us. Remain detached. Give up all the attachments. Petty attachments. Not attachment with the Lord, not attachment with the mother, not attachment with the self, capital S. Give up all other attachments. And through that act of sacrifice, you will not only cherish, you will not only make the gods happy, gods or your senses or your the ultimate self happy, but you in turn also will get that happiness. You will be rewarded by that sacrifice very suitably. What if someone doesn't do it? That Sri Krishna is going to tell us in this 12th Shlok of the Karma Yoga, the 3rd Adhyay of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That iṣhṭān bhogān nivo devā dāsyante yajña-bhāvitāḥ tair dattān apradāyaibhyo yo bhuṅkte stena eva. Sri Krishna is again giving that word of caution. If you don't behave in that manner, if you don't get into that act of sacrifice, that act of giving up, what happens? Iṣhṭān bhogān hi vaha devāha. Iṣhṭān is desired. Bhogān, objects. Hi, verily. Vaha, you. Devāha, the gods. Dāsyante, will give. Having the gods will give you what? Dāsyante will give yajña-bhāvitāḥ, nourished by sacrifice. Nourished by your sacrifice, the gods will give back good to you. Cherished by yajna, cherished by your sacrifice, devas will bestow on you enjoyments that you desire. Whenever you are doing any work, have got that small kind of desire in you that I should get this in return. But actually what happens? When you perform a work without desire, the ultimate result, the end result that you get is far superior than your desire itself, than your expectation itself. So, tair dattān apradāyaibhyo. He means by them. Dattān, having given by them you the good for the sacrifices that you have done. Apradāyaibhyo, that to them, apradāya, you are not giving it back to them. Yaha bhuṅkte stena eva saha. That person, yaha is that person, bhukte, enjoys himself. Stena eva saha. He verily is the thief who enjoys for himself whatever gods give him in return without performing any sacrifice. It is not that one who only takes is verily a thief. He is the one who is stealing all the good. Cherished by yajña, the devas shall bestow on you the enjoyments you desire. The objective with which you are doing this sacrificial act, you will get those benefits once the gods to whom you have made that sacrifice, once they are happy, they will in turn make you happy. They will fulfill your desires. But a thief verily is he who enjoys what is given by them without returning them anything, without giving anything to them in return. When we celebrate our birthdays, when our friends and relatives, they give us some gift, there is a concept of, there is a tradition of giving a return gift, isn't it? So Sri Krishna says, those people, that person who gods are giving him a plenty after making sacrifices, then it is his duty also to return those good deeds that gods have showered upon him. Don't keep anything for yourself. Share it with others. And the one who doesn't do it is verily a thief. He is stena. Stena is thief. He is verily a thief. He is a stealer who is not sharing those goods that he has received with others, with God. Give it back. Don't let anything be there in your safe custody, in your safety locker. No need to put anything back there. Whatever comes to you, share it with all. Now, this world abounds in facilities and amenities that have come about as a result of sacrifices of several people. Several people have contributed to the amenities in our society, in our buildings, in our world. It is not just act of one person. And what happens? Is it that we have to only use these facilities and not give anything back in return? It is our duty. It is our ethical duty. It is our moral duty. It is our spiritual duty to share, give back whatever we have also received. Good in turn of our sacrifices. The newborn baby is nursed and brought up. That's a sacrifice parents are doing. Parents do so much of a great sacrifice for their children. Youth receives education. It comes from sacrifice made by the builders of educational institutions. So it is not so many people are involved in creating one good, solid pure character of a child. So many agencies are involved in it. Parents are there, teachers are there, friends are there, society at large is there. It comes from sacrifice made by each and every portion of these people who have built up this huge character in a small baby. Out of that sacrifice, this baby has grown up into an adult and a very powerful personality, a very powerful character, a very strong character. And behind that strong character, sacrifices of so many people have gone in. The food that man consumes, the house that he lives in, the clothing that he wears, the means of transport that is made available to him, all these are outcome of sacrifices made by so many other people. These are also part and parcel of his life. Each one of us is partaking the outcome of sacrifices made by so many people, innumerable people. And are we giving anything in return? While availing himself of all these advantages, man ought to ask himself as to how his own life is going to be useful to others. What good we are offering to others? Knowingly, unknowingly, are we offering any good? Are we giving any return gift to this society which has given us so many things? As one sacrifices, so are the blessings that emanate from them. It is like Sri Krishna told in the previous shloka, Parasparam Bhavayantaha. You do good to me, I do good to you. As simple as that. You let us both cherish from each other's from each other's acts of giving, of sacrificing. Let us both cherish. Whatever man does must be more beneficial to others than to himself. His doing becomes yajna in proportion to their public utility. Whenever a person does something for the good of many, that becomes a sacrifice. That verily becomes yajna. When a balance is struck between receipts and gifts, a righteous man is he who gives more than he receives. When you start looking at the balance sheet of your deeds in this life, the assets and liabilities, give and take of the situations in your life, of the deeds in your life. A righteous man, his balance sheet is always sure that he has given much more than what he has received. Indebted is that man who appropriates more than he gifts. A thief is he who grabs everything and sacrifices nothing. Naturally, if I am only in the give, take mode, I'm a thief. If I'm not willing to give anything, to sacrifice anything, it verily leads to my becoming a thief. This seemingly prosperous man ends his career as a non-entity. I might have created huge wealth for myself by only taking. But what is the value of that? All the monies that I have created. It is nothing in the end. So the enlightened do not place themselves in that pitiable position. And that is Sri Krishna's stern warning. Don't always be a taker. It is give, and that's what on this particular thing I'm often reminded of the words of Swami Brahmanandaji that I have read. Swami Brahmanandaji always used to say, that was his Maha Mantra actually. Give, give, give. Don't take. That is basically the essence of Bhagavad Gita, and that's what Sri Ramakrishna, when he was asked, "What is the essence of Gita?" Sri Ramakrishna used to tell, the essence of Gita is very simple. It is not very complex to understand. Gita is so simple. Anyone can understand the essence of Gita by repeating the word 10 times. The word Gita 10 times. You repeat the word Gita 10 times. What happens? Gita, 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 Gita. Nothing but sacrifice, nothing but renunciation, nothing but giving up. And that's what Sri Krishna has once again pointed out in this particular shloka. And in fact, he has cautioned us. Don't be just a taker, be a giver also. Sacrifice. Sacrifice the attachment, sacrifice the desire, sacrifice the fruits of the karma, and with the unattached mind, get into whatever has come to your lot. Do your work with giving up the attachment. So that was, and let us not become thieves, like Sri Krishna has mentioned in this 12th shloka. One who only takes is nothing but a thief. So let us uh, not become thieves, not become the stealers of somebody else's share, which is what we shared with them. So, with that particular understanding, with that teaching that Sri Krishna has given us, let us start offering something. Let us start giving up something back to the society, to the people in our lives, to the gods, our senses, to the gods with whom we are dealing day in and day out. The people in our family, the people in our society, the people who have come in contact with us, they are verily the living gods in our lives. So let us do something for them. And that is what Sri Krishna has done, has told. Let us not be thieves. Let us not be stena. So that was Sri Krishna's teaching today in this 12th shloka of Karma Yoga, the third adhyay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Swami.